Hi everyone, this afternoon I'm going to make some kiwi and apple compote. In my last video you'll be able to see how I made my apple compote. I blended it up so it's nice and smooth and ready. So these are going to be cooked, but I'm also going to add raw, pure, organic, blended kiwis. So you can see that I cut them all in half and then I scooped out the centre with a spoon. And I thought I'd keep this one for you just to see. This was actually a triple and I cut the third one off, and then the second two were very much more joined together. So that's the fun of picking your own kiwis in a nearby organic farm. So the last one's gone in and I'm going to put them in the pot over here to cook. So I'll tell you a little story. My husband came down from our food storage room upstairs yesterday and he said, Joe, all of our kiwis have gone ripe all at once, and we picked about 40 kilograms and I was thinking, oh my god, what am I going to do today with them? I've never actually made kiwi jam or kiwi compote before, so this is my first attempt. But what I just made over here did taste absolutely gorgeous, so fingers crossed for the next batch. So what I was going to say was that I thought I'd have loads that are really soft, and actually it ended up being that they're not as soft as I thought, so I'm actually going to add more agave in this lot than the last lot, just to make it sweet enough, because really tart kiwi is not great. So I'm going to start off with 1/4 cup and see how that goes. Adding in 1 cup of water, turning on the heat, and I think I'm going to put in 2/4, making a half of agave. So as you can see, there's no refined sugar going in here. Too high GI for me, makes my heart beat way too fast. And this vanilla is so strong that I'm only putting a tiny little bit in. A sprinkling of cinnamon. And stir it up. It's already bubbling a bit. I'm going to let this cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. And I have been told by the YouTubers that this will not be green when it's cooked. It will turn brown, which is a shame. So that's why I made a raw batch over there. But because my blender is so fast, that because the seeds are so dark, my mixture is not very green. It's also turned a bit brown, so that didn't work very well for me. So while that's cooking, I've got rather a lot of compost to take to the compost heap. So off I go to the end of the garden. And that's our cute little French house. Did I say we lived right near the Pyrenees? Okay, that's been 5 minutes and they're starting to change colour. I've just used my potato masher to mash maybe half of it. I still want it quite lumpy, so I didn't do the whole thing. So I had a little try, and it's just the right sweetness for me. Not too tart and not too sweet. So kiwis are really high in acid and have no pectin really, so I'm going to put agar, however you say it, into the mix to make it a bit more firm. So I've poured my sachet into cold water and I'm going to give that a stir. So I had to use my little whisk because actually it's a little bit bitty, but I think when it heats up for 2 minutes with boiling, it'll be fine. So while the gelling agent works its magic, I'm going to actually put in the pureed apple and make sure that all of it's nice and hot. So when it goes in the jars, it's hot. Time to stir it up. Blending the apple and the kiwi together. Lush. Looking at the quantity of raw kiwi I have here that's unsweetened, I think that it would make what I'm making here not sweet enough. So I've changed my plan and I've put in quite a lot of agave in there, and then also, just to kind of spice it up a bit more, I'm adding coconut. So I've just added my raw kiwi and coconut blend in. All stirred up. I like it. Subtle taste of coconut. Yummy. Okay, so I've just worked out I haven't put quite enough of this in. I've put in 1 sachet, which is half a litres worth. And I've got a lot more than that. So it's not going to be solid, but then I don't want jelly, so I don't mind. Time to fill up my jars. And get my water boiling again for the final sterilisation process. 1 done, loads to go. Do you know what, on second thoughts, I'm putting in a bit more agave. It's nearly up to 100 degrees. So these are my creations of today. This lot here was my earlier lot, which has got much more apple in. These are my little presents for Heidi, which she doesn't know about, my daughter. And these are pretty plain. Some of them might have raisins in. These two I've put a lot of coconut in. And this one has also got sesame. And I love just playing around with adding different ingredients to make each pot just a little bit different to the last, to make it more fun. Okay, rubber gloves at the ready. I'm going to put them straight in. They're finally all in. I don't know why, but I feel a little bit more French now. So I'm timing this because there's no preservative, no sugar, as to go in for 45 minutes on a rumble and a boil. I think one just fell over in there. I hope they're all right. Now for the washing up. Not too much to do, thankfully. So when these babies get ripe up here, I'm sure I'll think of something else to do with these kiwis and all the others that I have upstairs. If you'd like to see more cooking adventures in a French kitchen in the future, then please do subscribe and see what I come up with next.